there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. About this quick live tonight. I'm going to teach very simply how to build a business to gain your personal freedom. How do you build your business so that you can build it with ease and grace, number one, and so that you have greater personal freedom? I know a lot of times the reason people want to start a business is because they want to show up in their lives for the things that matter the most. And for you, that might be your family, your children, your spouse, your parents, or something else, something that you've always wanted to do. And I want you to imagine what that is right now. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant, and I got started my company over 20 years ago. And I literally asked myself that question: how do I build this business one time so that I could create personal freedom for myself? Fast forward, I've had the opportunity to build an amazing business from the comfort of my home. And today I work from anywhere that I choose. And the coolest part is that I've been able to pay it forward and transfer my knowledge, my step-by-step systems to my clients and show them the way forward on how they can take their background, their gifts, their talent, their expertise, their knowledge, and how to package it the right way the first time so they can build a business that not only allows them to get free, because a lot of times people get free, but to stay free, because you want a business that is rock solid, right? Nobody wants to come home and then have to go back to work. Am I right? All right. So today what I'm going to do is share with you just some of the things that I've seen over the years. I've coached thousands of clients, mostly women, over the years, and a few great, amazing guys as well. And I've showed them how to build their business properly. And as a coach or a consultant or a trainer or via licensing deals or as a content creator. But I don't teach them how to build a business based on hustle and grind or how to copy what anybody else is doing. I showed them how to show up authentically as themselves. Pretty powerful thought. And as a result of that, to create structures in their business that will allow them to monetize forever. And so if you've been trying to figure out how can you get started, you're in the right place tonight. And do me a favor, invite a friend. If you're watching the replay, share this with someone else if what I say resonates with you. And I'm just going to take you on a personal journey that I've had myself. Everything I teach you is what I've done myself, but also what I've been able to support so many of my clients with, who also said bye-bye to their job. And maybe you don't want to say bye to what you're doing professionally, but you want to create options for yourself. You want to create a transition plan. I get that. And I've showed my clients equally how to do that. So if you're ready, you know the drill. Then I want you to write, I'm ready here, because you have to be ready for a powerful message in order to receive it. So if you're ready, I want you to write simply, I am ready, no matter what platform you're on watching this, whether you're watching this live or as a replay, because you need to be ready in order for you to receive what I'm sharing with you today. All right. So this is just based on what I did over the years. 20 years ago, I had a dream to work from the comfort of my home. And I knew that I could work in corporate America as a professional trainer, corporate trainer. That's my background. And I knew I could be paid very well, 6 figures plus, as a corporate trainer. And I could move along the ranks because I was very good at that. But I wanted to figure out how to take my knowledge and go to work as myself. And maybe you've asked yourself the exact same question. That was me. And I wanted to not only go to work as myself with my skills, my talents, and my knowledge, but I also wanted to build a business based on leverage. I wanted to be able to show up for my kids. And at the time when I started my business, my youngest son was an infant. He was 17. And I remember saying to myself, well, my oldest actually was 4. Okay. And I remember saying to myself, by the time my youngest is in school full time, I want to have this figured out. And I have absolutely cracked the code for women on how do you build a business that will allow you to transition and show up for the things that matter the most for you. Now, here's my backstory. My husband developed kidney disease over 10 years ago. Hey, Jacqueline, and went on dialysis. And what I recognize and take a stand for, and when I coach my clients, is because I had shown up for myself in my own business, I was able to show up for my family when they needed me most. And I say this, and I'm very unapologetic about it. When I say to women, like a lot of times we use our kids as a shield, our family as an excuse not to move forward. But what I recognized for myself was because I showed up for my family, I was able, because I showed up for myself, when my family needed me most, I could show up for them. And so, if you've been using your family as the excuse of why you're not moving forward in building your business, you're talking to the wrong person, okay? And you're either going to make that decision in this upcoming year to change your mindset around that, or you're going to likely change this channel, because I can tell you that I recognize that my family have been the direct benefactors of my success, and your family equally will be the benefactors of your success. And if you think anything other than that, then you're missing out. You're not thinking properly. The other thing I want to share with you is that for my moms out there who are saying, I'm building my business for my kids, I'm building my business for my family, my question to you is, I'm going to shake your shoulders right now, is what did you do today for your family? What did you do last week for your family? Who did you call? What did you close? What did you do to really show up tall for yourself? What did you ask for? And did you take a stand? And if you didn't, then likely you're not building that business for your family. That motivation isn't enough for you. And I'll tell you what I mean. I realized that I did not build my business for my family. I built my business for my freedom. I had to figure out how to get myself free. And as a full-time entrepreneur, I wanted to own my time so I could show up for the games for my kids. So I could date my husband in the middle of the day. Now, hear me on this. Because I had the right motivation, which was to get myself free, I committed wholeheartedly. And if you're not committed wholeheartedly, likely you don't have the right motivation. I know I just called you out, but I want you to get this right this year. And if I can shake your shoulders in any way or get you to change your perspective, that's what I want to do. All right. So today, what I'm going to share with you is how to build your business to gain personal freedom. Because so often when I coach clients, that's one of the biggest things that they want, is they want to generate enough income that they create options for themselves. And I want you to imagine that for a minute. What kind of options do you want to create for yourself? Is it options to be able to travel with your family? Is it options financially? Is it options to be able to spend more time with your kids or your loved ones or your parents? What are the options that you're looking to create? Now, one of the very first questions that I get all of my clients to ask themselves is, how do you want to live? Because ultimately, building a business is not just about building the business. It's about how do you want to live? And I decided for myself that I wanted to build the business around the life that I wanted to live, not the other way around. And this is why you never hear me talk about, we're in the hustle. No, I'm not in the hustle. I understand that there are moments when we have to hustle or we have to grind. But when hustle and grind becomes a lifestyle, systematically, it is a problem. Okay. Nobody wants to build a business based on hustling and grinding every single day. You want to build your business based on what I teach, which is ease and grace. And literally, that's what I show my clients how to do. Hundreds of my clients have been able to just do amazing things. We bring them here for interviews, usually once or twice a month in the Results Incubator. You'll be able to check here on this channel and see for yourself the kind of results that women just like you, smart, sharp, incredible women who have said yes to themselves, who are high-level investors in themselves, and who only invest in the full solution. And what I mean by that is, if someone's a full solution for you, they're going to be able to have proof. They're going to be able to show you that they can not only create the result for themselves, right? Because I can tell you I can do anything, but if I have the ability to transfer what I do to others? And if so, they should be able to create the same results or exceed their teacher. And I'm totally into that. I have a lot of clients who've done things that I've never done, and it's magnificent, and I love it. And it's exciting, to see. And many of my clients are free. Many of my clients have hit six figures. and more, so much more. Many of my clients who have had the opportunity to negotiate and walk in rooms that they never knew was possible within months after us working together, because they simply said yes to a high level investment in themselves. And I'm never going to shoot you on this. You can't skimp on investing in yourself. You invest in a $97 solution, you get a $97 answer. Okay. If you want to get yourself free, you've got to invest at the highest and tallest level. As simple as that. Your mentor ideally will have the ability to create that result for themselves, and they will have examples, both old and new, countless examples, hundreds of examples of clients they've supported who have created amazing results. And you deserve that. Okay. If you're ready, I'm ready. Okay. I'm going to share over the next couple of minutes how to build your business to gain your personal freedom. And the first thing I want you to do is write down the letter F as in Frank. And I want you to first, if you want to build a business to get yourself free, you got to think about what is it that you know how to do. All right. So the first F is focus on what you do that creates results. Focus on what you do that creates results. Focus on what you do currently, okay, that can create results. See, the truth of the matter is, if you have an ability to change someone's life because of what you know how to do consistently and over again, you're going to be incredible at what you do. And you're going to be unmatched in terms of what you do. And I meet so many smart entrepreneurs that focus on what they can do, but they really don't focus on what they do exceptionally well to create amazing results. Got it? So I want you to start thinking about, what is it that has been the echo for you in your life? Like, what over and over again have you seen that whenever you do these things, you always create results for people? And that's the echo. That's the feedback that you hear over and over again. And I want you to start writing those things down so you can narrow down where to get started in your business. You see, for me, I realized I was a pretty amazing mom, and I had these great systems for myself to always honor the me and mommy, right? And so I knew I could teach another mom how to make time for her own life. And I decided that that's what I would launch with. And as a result of that, had a great opportunity to, write several books that did exceptionally well, to do corporate deals with Fortune 100 and 500 brands, to equally have the opportunity to be featured on Emmy-nominated and nationally syndicated television shows as paid talent. And I say this not from a place of braggadocio, say it because it's true, but also because I focused on what I was good at. And I didn't just get caught up in the things that I like to do, which is what I see so many people doing. You may be in that place right now where you're saying, Mia, I know I want to package what I know, but I know so much. I know. Because when you're really brilliant and smart, you really can do a lot of things. But there are one or two things that you do exceptionally well. So start to rank those things in order in terms of your ability to create results for others. See, when you can create results for others and change for others, you can change your life. That's very valuable. And the thing that makes you scarce is the thing that makes you valuable. I want to break this down for a minute. Okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. The truth of the matter is, there are tons of coaches in the world, right? Like, so many coaches out there. And coaching is such an amazing profession. And I love being a coach and a consultant. But my results are unmatched. I have the ability to create amazing results. Why? Because I come from a significant background as a corporate trainer, and I understand instructional design exceptionally well. It's right here. Okay. And equally, every single thing that I teach my clients is not theoretical. It's not something I read, and it's who I am. And I've embodied it. I put it in practice. So when I tell my clients that I pitch to corporations, they can see the corporations, they can see the deals. When I show my clients that I tell them that I've been featured on Emmy-nominated shows, they actually see the shows. So they don't just get to hear me tell them things, they get to see it. Now, why am I telling you this? Because I share what I've done with my clients. It's the reason when they stand on my shoulders, they create amazing results. And they've watched me build this business. If you're watching my YouTube channel or Facebook, you see all the hairdos, and it's 100% real. I want you to think about you, and when you think about the results that you create for your audience over and over and over again, whether you've actively tried to do it or whether it's just you're just giving advice and people keep coming back saying, I did what you said and it worked. All right. That is your expertise. That's the F. Focus on what you do to create results. Number 2, only work the freedom model. That's O. Only work the freedom model. Only work your freedom model. Okay. Only work the freedom model. Mia, what are you talking about? Freedom model. So when I built my business, I didn't build my business to hustle and grind. I built the business to be free. I wanted to figure out how could I run this business based on leverage. And so every single model that I entertained in my business was based on leverage. All right. And how could I build this business with greater ease and grace? How could I provide tremendous value to my clients? How could I work in a way that would be congruent with my lifestyle? I knew that less was more, that if I worked with a small number of people and created massive value, that I would be marketed in a way that competition would be irrelevant because my results would speak for themselves. And it's the truth. It's the reason why our phone rings all the time. It's the reason why we get emails all the time from people who say, I want to work with you. I got to work with you. Jacqueline, you reached out to us, like 9 or 10 months ago, and I made a decision like, I'm ready, right? I want to work with you. And you had made up your mind. There's no convincing when you are the real deal. And I want you to only work your freedom model. And for me, I decided that intimacy was my freedom model. Thank you, Veronica. I'm so glad you're here. Would love to support you. I only worked my freedom model, Veronica. I only worked it. And I was like, I want to do less well. I would like to work with a small number of people and help those people create massive results. Massive. Okay. And then what I want to do is show the world that what I do really works. And I was not ever that person that was interested in people coming in the door and going out the door, coming in the door, going out the door. The greatest thank you that my clients could ever give me is to show me that they're selling what they do for high ticket. And that's exactly what they do. All my clients sell what they have from $2,500 to $100,000 per client. And many of them, when they came to me, weren't selling anything at all. Jacqueline, you had the opportunity to hear one of my clients. You just started working with me. Hear one of my clients who came in to a call, popped and visited you guys and shared how, she is looking at a multi-million-dollar deal. Okay. Like literally in 1 year. Okay. Like, hello. Okay. How cool is that? But only work your freedom model and know that it's absolutely possible. And I would say equally that, you got to be discerning in this upcoming year. Not everything that glitters is gold. Someone can have a beautiful website, but at the end of the day, they might work like 60, 70 hours a week and then talk to you about being free. You need to make sure your mentors are truly free. And I think that's super important. If you're not free, you can't teach me. And that's always been the thing that is really mattered to me. For those of you who want to build a business, to be a full-time entrepreneur. And I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over 20 years. It is a stance that I take. I'm hardcore about it. And that's why I'm talking to you guys, because I know New Year's coming. And I know you're going to make choices. I hope that I'm one of those choices if you're fit, right? But the truth of the matter is, if your goal is to get yourself free in this upcoming year, you got to think differently. And to think differently, you got to only work that freedom model. And I see so many people who are selling something for $97 or $27 or doing a free challenge here, a free challenge there. And that's really great when you already have reach. But when you don't have reach and you're first getting started, it's really difficult because you're building your business and your list with people who are not buyers and who are not people who are seeking a high-level result. And when you're taught the wrong things, unfortunately, you create the wrong results. I never sold low-ticket things. So the truth of the matter, for 20 years, I always sold high ticket. So it's the standard I take for my clients. It is my expertise. And if and when you work with me, this is the only thing that I'm going to teach you how to do. It's the only conversation that we're going to have is for you to show up for yourself with your gifts and stand in your value. All right, you got it. The F is focus on what you do to create results. And the O is only work the freedom model. If you're getting this, I want you to write like, I'm getting this, right? I'm getting this, Mia. Thank you. Kimberly says, you are the real deal. The Giant Experience Masterclass was fire. Looking forward to working with you on a deeper level. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It was. Now, the Giant Experience Master Training, which is my signature training, was it what you expected? Did it exceed what you thought? I mean, if it didn't, then say it didn't. But was it what you expected from an entry level master training to come in and not know how to package what you're doing, or price it, position it, right? What was your thoughts around that? I'm interested in from you and Jacqueline. Okay, Veronica, hello. Thank you for sharing the journey. I love that picture of you. And Jacqueline writes F. I love it. And ease and grace. Awesome. So excited. All right. So today what I'm talking about is how to build your business to gain personal freedom. And it is my truth. I only wanted to build a business that would allow me to be free. Okay. And I just wasn't interested in building a business that would become another job for me. Okay. Number 3 is C. And that's consistency and persistency. Consistency and persistency. Make sure you write it down. Consistency and persistency. So I meet a lot of newer entrepreneurs and really very excited people when they first get started, right? So imagine you're a therapist, you're seeing your clients, and you're an entrepreneur, but now you want to package your knowledge into a high-ticket product and work one-to-many, and you're trying to figure out how, but you don't know how to get started in this kind of consulting or coaching arm. And everybody's gung-ho in the beginning first 4 to 6 weeks. But you got to lean into that consistency. You got to be persistent. You know, what I teach my clients is, a lot of my clients, I mean, we just had a client came on Tuesday on the call, Jacqueline, you heard her. And it took her 9 months to close her first 6-figure deal. So if she was not consistent and persistent, right? If she wasn't consistent and persistent for the first 9 months, she would not have seen the yield of her 6-figure deal. And as a result of us working together, she's closed, over $600,000. Pretty amazing. Okay. Like pretty amazing. Okay. And everything that I say, it can be backed up because I only share the truth that can be backed up. And that's really important to me. And I know that that's one of the things that's the differential of what it is that I do. I stand behind it. My clients, they are the mouthpiece for the results that they've been able to create. They are amazing. They do the work. They are the implementers. They're the consistent and persistent pursuers of their dream. And I will tell you, if your goal is to build a business and gain your own personal freedom, consistency is everything. It's not that you have to do a whole lot one day and not a lot the next day. It's being consistent over time is what I teach my clients to do. 3 simple things a day that will move the needle in your business and your life forward, and it will change your life. You've got to have that accountability, high level accountability, obviously from a coach who's going to push you and not allow your excuses to become your reasons. That's me. Okay. And that will make all the difference for you in this upcoming year. When I see people, sometimes my heart bleeds, like they've made so many investments by the time they come to us, all these people promising all kinds of things, and they just didn't know. And it's not your fault. But I want you to be more discerning this upcoming year because you deserve it. You do need to make a significant investment in yourself, because if you want to hit 6 figures and above, it's going to be a significant investment. But you need to be discerning about who you decide to invest with. I mean, to me, if you're going to work with someone, you're going to make a significant investment, they should be able to show you, I think it's very reasonable. I think if you're great at what you do, you should have 30, 40, 50, 100 testimonials. If you've been doing it for a long time, there should be proof and evidence. And because you're not building success in silence. If people create results, they tell you, right? All right. So I think that's one of the things that you need to do differently in this upcoming year. If you ever have any questions from us, I'll send you a reel. It's about 4 hours of just the clients who have come through the master training alone. It's just a sample of them who've shared over and over again the kind of results and transformation that they've been able to create as a result of my direct systems. And It's the best deal ever. I will tell you, it will change your life. Number 4, write this down. Okay. You. Okay. It's you. Um, Never underestimate your value. Now, if your goal is to build a business to gain your personal freedom, you have to build a business and stand in your value. Really important. You've got to know how to stand in your value. You must know how to charge what you're worth. You must know the value of the transformation you bring. And I think, quite frankly, this is where most entrepreneurs get really confused and need the greatest level of instruction and guidance. This is probably what you've been told. You've probably been told to copy what everybody else does, right? To Google search what people are doing, right? To hack their funnels and their systems, to figure out for yourself what your value is. But I'll tell you this, if they don't know their value, the person you're copying, you get their value. And equally, your value might be even higher than the value you're duplicating, right? If you ever want to build a business based on insecurity, try copying others, all right? I built my business based on understanding what I bring to the table in the transformation. The one thing that I truly want to know is what's the value of me having a client who's working full time, who's able to replace their income? What's the value of that? The truth of the matter is my clients actually can't pay me for what I do for them. And this is fact. It's truth. Okay. The kind of results that I create for my clients, they would have to pay me millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they don't, because the truth of the matter is what I teach them, they do over and over and over and over and over again. And you need to understand that, okay? So never underestimate your value. If your goal is to have personal freedom, you'll never get there with free challenges. You'll never get there doing podcasts. Now, let me disclaim, podcasting is an amazing thing, and I really love it. But the people who have the greatest success podcasting are people who already have a strong audience. And I know you've been told, hey, build your audience via podcasting. But if you don't have a product, a high ticket product or service that you're selling, then how do you monetize the effort? I'm just write it here. Okay. Now, sure, you can go get some sponsors. And I'm sure some of you have said that. But the truth of the matter is, how do you consistently monetize your effort and your reach? I know a lot of times people have been told, I want you to blog, I want you to podcast, I want you to go live all the time. I go live every Monday. And the question is like, don't underestimate your value. There's so much more here. All right. There's so much more to you. And you need to come to the master training so you learn how to stand in your value, what you should be charging based on what it is that you're doing. I'm breaking it down. I'm always going to do that 100%. Kimberly Fallis came to the Giant Experience last month. And she said, look, after leaving the masterclass, I think more like a giant. You confirmed for me that what I have to offer is so needed. I decided to add that in, okay? Necessary and possible. I have a newfound focus. The real life examples and your life and business experience was so relevant. A different was of teaching. Well, I think she's saying that the teaching is different. It's not something, I'm not teaching something I'm reading. I'm teaching something I live. And that's different, okay? And the reason that my clients leave clear from the master training is because of that. That's a differential. Rosie Red writes, I definitely needed to sit in on this one. I'm glad you're here. And Tanya writes, thank you for breaking this down. TR Tanya Galat. Okay, so I'm so glad that you guys are here today. I am breaking down how to build your business to gain your personal freedom. And I know that so many people in this upcoming year are really going to be looking at what can I do so that I can work from home or work from anywhere? How do I create these options? You're already smart, you're educated, you're talented, you got all these years of experience, but maybe what's missing is the model. Okay, maybe what's missing is undervaluing what you should be charging. I have a lot of people who come to me who are charging by the hour, $100 an hour, $150 an hour, and they just don't understand how to charge for what it is that they do. They really don't understand how to value their own transformation. And I can tell you for sure that what somebody else is doing has nothing to do with what you should be charging. I have a client right now who is a retired educator, just closed to first deal. Multiple six figures, pretty powerful. Now working on a second deal. How cool is that, right? Like, How cool is that? All right. Because once she understood her value and she knew how to sell and how to share what she does without being salesy, selling became a lot easier. All right. And it can totally work for you. All right. So the last thing, number 5, is the S. Write this down, the S. All right. And you need to systematically invest in yourself. All right, I'll probably lose a couple of you now, but I'm going to break this down anyway. Okay, you need to systematically invest in yourself. It's just fact. If you don't proactively seek investing in yourself, my question is, why not? If your goal is to build a business and gain personal freedom, how are you going to do this? You're going to coach yourself? No. I've had tons of mentors over the years. One of my favorite mentors, Guy Dan, really supported me in understanding how to change my funnels, how to change my models in incredible ways that really made all the difference for me. I could have never taught myself these things. As a result of what he's taught me, I made multiple millions of dollars, literally, from one mentor and from 1 or 2 significant investments in that relationship. It changed my life. All right. But I proactively, I'm breaking this down, seek investments that can change my life. And I encourage you to do the same. And if you don't systematically invest in where you need to grow at the highest and tallest level, and you want to get to the highest and tallest level, it's the reason why you got a bush instead of a tree. Okay. You know what I mean? In your backyard. Right. If you are looking in this season, in this upcoming year, to really know what you need to do, check out the master training, the Giant Experience Master Training. I'll have to grab the link. I don't know if I can do it here. Maybe I'll post it at the end here. I'll just say, or you can go to miaredrick.com, look at the Giant Experience Master Training. It's an incredible first step for those of you who are looking to package and price your knowledge and put it in a structure. Understand really like what you've never been told ever of how to really monetize what it is that you know how to do. And if you're looking for the secret, that's the secret. That's what you need to know how to do. Okay. So systematically invest in yourself for your next level. And I would say that invest at the level you want to network at. Invest at the level that you want to live at. Your mentor, if you want to be free, your mentor should be free. If you are looking to network with women who are smart and sharp, who my clients call themselves giants, and I only work with giants because let's just be clear, to change your life, you have to be giant about it. You can't be optional. Like, I want to change my life. I want to get myself free. I want to go from working 40 to 70 hours a week, getting in my car and driving to work every single day, dealing with that traffic, coming back, having to get permission to do the things that I want to do with my family, my kids, or whatever it is. And now I want to get myself free. You cannot be optional about that. You have to systematically invest and do the work. And I will tell you, I wasn't optional. I had to be free. I tasted freedom every single day. On my vision board, that's all I looked at, was what was I going to do when I got myself free? And I will tell you that is the life that I stepped into. And I am on a mission, honestly, gosh, to support more women with having what I have and so much more, because I recognize the power and the gift of what time can do. There's nothing like having your time. There are a lot of people who have time and they don't have money. And there's some people who have money and they have no time. But imagine knowing how to build your business so you can have them both. You can have both time and money, which means that you're a great person and you contribute great things to the world and to your family. What would you do with your time? Think about how you would change your life. I think my husband is always like, if she comes up with another project in this house, that's right. Okay. But I'm a change maker and for my family. I'm going to make your life better. Okay. And I can make your life that much better because I'm free. Okay. And I'm free to do what I want to make life great for the people in my life, in my world. And I just want you to have that. I want you to have that. I want you to have so much more. And I want you to know it's possible. And I know that there's so many women and there's so many women of color. You don't have true examples of mentors who are free, who are entrepreneurs, who have done the dang thing, and who are standing and owning their truth, and that are sharing with you very transparently and honestly what works. You may have come upon people who are making something work, but they haven't shared with you the secret. So you can't use those. But I will tell you, inside of my community, there's nothing that I hide. I share with you what I have done. And the reason that we have so many testimonials, not from a braggadocious place because it's fact, and I can back that up, is because I show them only what I've done, only what I've done. And, it's amazing to watch my clients thrive and grow and change their lives by stepping into the success and the life that they wanted because they systematically invested. Now, let me just be clear about this on the other side. I can do nothing for anyone who's not willing to make an investment to know what I know. So the truth of the matter is, if you know what I know, you can do what I do. That's fact. But the only way you can know what I know is you have to make an investment. And it's going to be a significant investment because it's going to change your life. You got my guarantee on that. So I wanted to share today how to build your business to gain personal freedom. We are going into the new year. Okay. And I know this is on your mind and on your heart. How can you do things differently? What if this time next year, your life could be completely unrecognizable because of the choices that you made, because of the stance that you took for yourself, because of the investments that you decided unapologetically that you needed to take a stand for. Think about that life. Think about those choices and step into that. I want to open the floor for any of your ahas or your takeaways from today and being here. I want to thank you for being here. And I'll quickly recap as I wait for your ahas and your takeaways in the comment section. I talked today about how to build your business to gain personal freedom. And I use the acronym for FOCUS, FOCUS. F is focus on what you do to create results. What is it that you do that creates results for others? Start thinking that way. If you want to get yourself free, you got to create results for others. You want to get yourself free? How are you changing the lives of others? Ask yourself. Number 2, only work the freedom model. All right, this idea, listen, if you've got a business that's not making any money and you keep doing everything for free, how are you going to get yourself free? That is the thing that we've got to change immediately. And you've got to get some accountability to show up for yourself. Okay, number 3. Okay, you got to be consistent and persistent. This idea you're in and you're out, you're half in, you're half out. You want to make an investment, you want a guarantee. Listen, you're the guarantee. Be consistent and persistent. Number 4, okay, never underestimate your value. The thing is, the thing that separates people who are free from people who aren't is that they stand in their value. All right, they're not selling something that should be $10,000 for $1,000. Okay, are we clear? All right, and number 5, you have to systematically invest in yourself at the highest and tallest level. You got to dig for yourself. But I'll tell you what, you will show up so differently for yourself when you invest at the highest and tallest level. You don't need a lot of clients in order for you to hit your goals. I mean, if you were selling something for $5,000 a client and it was packaged the right way, that's $100,000. Like 10 clients at 10,000, that's $100,000, right? I mean, just kind of think about that. So I know you've been told that you need to have all of these people around you. That's vanity kind of social media marketing. You don't. You need the right people who want the results from you. That's what I do. I show my clients, many of them have small numbers, but big numbers. They have small number of clients they work with, but they sell big things. Okay. So the truth of the matter is, if you sell $30,000 things, you need 3.5 clients to hit your 6-figure plus goal. All right. And I just want to shift your thinking today because maybe you haven't thought about yourself in this way. And if you haven't, I'd love to support you. I did post here, miaredrick.com, my first name, my last name. You can go there, sign up for my master training. Best deal ever. Okay. We've had lots of clients who've come through that, who've hit 6 figures. All of the clients who've come through that have learned how to package what they do, their education and background, into a high ticket product on or offline. The floor is open. I'm open for your questions, for your comments, and I'd love to see them here. Um, and Kim, you said, yes, you were spot on, breaking it down like always. I appreciate you. All right, MiaRedrick.com, right? MiaRedrick.com. Make sure you guys go there. And then Veronica, you write freedom. Yes. And then Tanya, she writes, that is my ultimate goal. Are there any questions, any comments? What was your aha or takeaway as a result of being here today? Ahas, takeaways. You were here. Great and amazing audience. You're watching the replay. I want to hear your ahas and your takeaways too. All right. What were your ahas? What were your takeaways as a result of being here? My goal is always to shake your shoulders a little bit and to get you to step into that next level for yourself. Because I know for me, that changed everything. You know, it's funny because when I got started as a mom coach, there were people that looked at me like side eye, blank stare, you know, like, okay, like, we'll see how that works. And today, those same people are doing the exact same thing. And like, that's so genius what you did. And I did all the things that I mentioned to you today. I focused on my highest level result. I only worked my freedom model. I was consistent and persistent. I didn't underestimate my value. I only sold high ticket. And equally, I had a systematic way to invest in myself. So, Deborah, your aha was be consistent and persistent. I love it. And it makes all the difference. Like, literally, you know, you got to be in it to win it. Right? You make an investment to get a return. You don't make an investment to see what happens. You make an investment to get a return, and that's your responsibility. All right. Tanya writes, I not put adequate value on my knowledge and experience. Come on, Tanya. You know, and it's really interesting because once you understand that and you see my process to help you understand what you're not looking at, like how to evaluate the various layers of how to determine what you're charging, it's eye-opening. It literally is. And you can no longer unsee it. Now you could choose to say, you know, 5,000 instead of 25,000, but you will know your value. And one of the biggest reasons, Tanya, that people don't sell is because they actually can't believe higher prices. So reason people don't sell high ticket is because, like, it's easy to say $97, $150. But when you have to say 10 grand, 15 grand, and you don't know where that number comes from, it's hard to stand behind it. So I have a process that teaches my clients why the number is the number. Very, very important. And I thank you for your aha and sharing it. And Veronica says, never underestimate my value. Right. You got to remember that you, Veronica, are your first sale. You are your first sale. And the truth of the matter is the client is taking buying clues from you. And most often it's because we don't believe that we're worth it. We don't know what it is that we bring to the table 100%. But I do teach my clients how to understand and estimate step by step their value. And once they know it forever. Okay. Deborah says that her aha also was you can have time and money. It's possible. Absolutely. And I think sometimes we've not thought about it. A lot of times, particularly a lot of women and women of color, we haven't been taught this. You know, we haven't been taught to build a business based on leverage. You know, we've been the leverage for everybody else. Somebody's going to say amen. I already know. Okay. All right. We have. And the truth is, it's time to understand how to build a business based on ease and grace, not hustle and grind. There is a better way, and it is not a hype thing. It is how I've built my business. It's what I've modeled for my kids. And I'm very excited about being able to share that with so many other women on this planet to help them change their lives. Do you have any specific questions for me tonight about this live or about anything? I'm happy to answer. Any final questions for me before I sign off? I want to thank you for being amazing, and I appreciate you for being incredible. I hope that you have an amazing holiday. I know that you will, and because you deserve it. And thank you. Kim says, yes, Mia will help you break down the cost in a way you won't believe it. It really was mind blowing for me, isn't it? It's interesting because it's not hypey, it's not gimmicky, and it's not the same for every single person. You know, what you should be charging is different from somebody else. And imagine that. And that's what's wrong with most courses today, is that it's just like it's very cookie cutter. You've got somebody reading something that they heard or learned or stole. And the truth of the matter is, you need a method that's distinct to you so that you know what you should be selling, what you should be charging. Very, very important. I always keep it 100%. Are there any questions for me before I sign off? I want to thank you for being amazing. I appreciate you. As always, it's just my honor to be here. And you're welcome. You're welcome, Veronica. It's my honor to be here and to support you and to see you in this upcoming year change your life. If I can support you in any way, if you haven't checked out my master training, the master training is 100% free. Watch it. Okay. You go to MiraRedrick.com, watch the master training. It's about 45 minutes. Yes, in the class she speaks just to you, you as was Rock, right? So yeah, that's right. That's right. So it's just because it's just about you, right? And you're welcome, Tanya and Deborah, and always Rock. Thank you. I appreciate you. You rock. We it's amazing. I love what I get to do, and I love watching my clients change their life by changing their decisions and choices. All right. So that doesn't look like there are any questions. I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you for being here tonight. And I look forward to talking with you soon. All right. I love you guys. Good night.